Okay, so here's part two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip over to Cinema 4D. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a plane. Plane. I'm in the wrong section. Right, plane. Here we go. So plane is just a sheet of paper. It's got no thickness. It's literally as thin as you can possibly imagine. Okay, now this is currently square. Now I'm just going to have a quick look at my images. And I think they're both about, I'm just going to guess it. It's probably 3 by 2 approximately. And I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, it'll stretch the images. I don't care. The woman in particular will end up being a bit stretched, but don't worry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Cinema 4D. And I'm going to set up an image, the plane, to be about 3 by 2, and I'm going to tip it up. Now I know that it's that one, okay? I'm pretty certain it is. If it's not, we can flip it around again, okay? And this plane here is 400 by 400. So if we make it 400 by 600, that's 3 by 2. Okay, so there it is. Now, there's a couple of things I just want you to do, and it will make sense in a second. In the world, 0, 0 is here, and so part of the image, part of the plane is to the left of the middle of the world, and part is to the right. Now, what I want is I want this edge to be right in the middle, so this edge here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the plane and I can see it's 400 by 600. So if I moved it 200 across, this edge is now exactly in the middle. Now we'll come back to why we need that in a second. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our two materials. Okay, so I'm going to create classic material, not the default, classic material, new standard material. You've done a bit of this already, and then you double click and we're going to load into the color channel. We're going to load a texture, and the texture is going to be our Photoshop document. Let's do the man first and just say yes or no, doesn't matter at this point. All right, so there it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up and drop it on. Now, if by any chance you had put this the wrong way up when you were in the plane and you said object and you'd done it this way, it would just be upside down. But all it is just a matter of clicking -Z versus +Z. Now you can see it's clearly not transparent at the moment. So let's just see what we can do about that. And over here, you go to, so let's double click it. Oh, sorry, here it is. Alpha is another word for transparency. So we definitely need to turn that channel on. And what it's asking you for is what texture? Well, the texture is the same texture. So it's the man. And say open. And say yes or no, doesn't matter. And just make sure it says, well, there it is, use image alpha. So it's used the transparency in that image to make this transparent. So now what we've got is we've got this figure and it's transparent, which is great. Now, next bit. If I just go to create null, null is like a folder. It doesn't have any geometry itself, it's just a folder. And it's right in the middle of the screen. Now, if you then put the plane into the null, what that's done is it means that when you rotate it, so if you got the rotate tool and you just dragged this, it rotates around that edge, which is why we moved it before. So otherwise it would be rotating around its center. So we put it in there in order to do that. When you've done it a few times, it will make sense. Now, if we do look around the other side, you'll see it's got it on the back as well, front and back, front and back. So let's just see, if you click on the little texture symbol here, you can see it says side and it says both. Let's just say just the front. Let's just do both a second, hang on. Let's just have a look at what I've done wrong there. Yeah, not quite sure. Let's just press on and we'll put the other texture on the back and we'll just check that we've got it right. So at the moment, we've got this one on the front and it's also on the back. Okay, so now I'm going to make another material. So new classic material, standard. And this time we're going to go through the same process. We're going to go color, texture. What we're going to use the woman. So a woman. Let's do name. Oh, where is it? A man. Where's a woman? Did I not save it? Surely I saved it. Yeah, that's super frustrating. So I'm going to use a PNG that I did earlier. Okay, so you can do it with a PNG as well, but I've been doing it with a PSD. So I'm going to go to alpha and we're just going to go texture and we're going to load in the woman as well. Open. And yes. And image alpha, yeah, all of that is good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this there. I'm going to put it on and now we've got them both. Okay, now this one here we're going to put on the back and this one here we're going to put on the front. There we go. So now when we go around the other side we've got the woman and we go around this side we've got the man. So put them both on first is the trick. Now, next thing is, can you see there's a little bit of a sheen on it? Reflectance, same with the back as well. We don't want that, we just want it nice and pure. So if you just go into these, you'll see that reflectance is turned on. So just turn it off on both of those and you get it nice and crisp again. Now, the reason that we did all of that is with putting it into the null. Just go to MoGraph, cloner, drop the null into the cloner. Okay, now this has made it into a grid, which is quite cool in its own right. Okay, but what we want is we want the cloner to be an object, not a grid. We want it to be radial. And you can see now we've got this thing that can spin around and they're all centered. Now you can see it's not as weirdly, it's gone sort of off center, but that's easy to fix. Just go to cloner and you'll see that there is a section here that says radius. That just needs to be set to 0. And now they're all lined up in the middle. Now, if where it says count, you could go and put loads in and make it into a Christmas decoration. But then you've got too many and you can't really see it. So I think it's probably the sweet spot is about 5 or 6. You could do 4 if you wanted, but that looks pretty good. Now, in the cloner, all you then need to do to animate this is go cloner, coordinates. Just check you know which one it is. It's not that one. We don't want to rotate it like that. And we don't want to rotate it like that. We want to rotate it like this. So at frame 0, we're going to record it at 0 degrees and then drag the playhead all the way to 90. And here we're not going to do 360 because that would be the same position as 0. We're going to do 3, 5, 9 and just record that. Now if you just wind it back and play, you'll notice something. It speeds up, it slows down, and then it slowly starts up again. And the reason is because it's got that easing turned on. Now I've just added in this into my interface here, I'll just undock it. Sorry, undock, and just get rid of it a second. Right, so yours should look like this. Now, if you go to Window and you go to Timeline F-Curve, not Dope Sheet, F-Curve, you just get a separate window pop up, and I just docked it into the interface, but we might as well do it here. So you can see there's a curve, starts slowly, speeds up, gradually slows down. So I'm just going to stop it playing a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that point, I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm going to select that point. Then just click this icon here that will make it into a straight line. And that's like the pen tool without the handles. Okay, so understanding the pen tool that we did way back, this is all coming in here as well. And now what you've got is you've got constant speed as it rotates. Looking good. And that's the basis of what we're after. We're after a few of these. Now you could do what I've done and just have 2 on each one, and then you could do another one, another sort of spinning thing with more on, and move it somewhere else. You can have it spinning the other direction or a different speed. Or on this one, I've got 6 pieces of paper, each with 2 sides. So I could put 12 on this one if I wanted to, and have it going really slow. And you'd have this sort of carousel of London scenes as you go. And that's what we're after. Now, later on we'll look at animating the camera, but just so you know, if I put in a cube, and I just move it down and just make it really big, like this. And I'll just put in a light, just for the hell of it, so you can see. Light, let's just move this light over here. Zoom out a bit, and put it up and across. And then what we'll do is stop it. Then we'll just go over here to the light, and we'll go to General. And where it says shadows, it says none. So I'm going to say hard shadows. They don't appear here, but when you render them, you can see it's got shadows as well. So you can actually see these as you work by going Options. Where is it? Options. I can't see it. Where is it? Shadows. Right, it's because it's rendered. Hang on. Let's just, there we go. So if we go Options, Shadows. So now what will happen is you'll see it playing as much as Cinema 4D can manage in real time. So it does genuinely treat it as transparent. Okay, and if you can imagine your camera moving up and down like this, you've got this very graphic thing. We could include text on it. We could have logos, all sorts of stuff. All the graphic niceties nice stuff that you want to put on. You can have it over here and spin it around this side. There we go. Very quick, instant sort of treatment of it. Okay, that's part 2. Have fun. If I can remember where to turn it off.